how was the initial ideation stage in the process of deciding to stick with this game? I really wanted to try and find a game that worked well for our group and that suited the various interests and skill sets of everybody in the group. And so it seemed pretty natural at the time to go for something involving 3D, using Unity, but also had a lot of fun opportunities for interesting art.
Was something I learned in the process of creating this game. Like, this is the first game in a while, or actually, like, ever that's like given me the opportunity to work with a game that has different scenes that are doing completely different things. Like, it's like this, a strategy game that's an entirely different game. You have the dungeon exploration and then just a turn-based game, and they all have to work together at once. So I've learned a lot of just like making things cohesive.
I really liked working on the strategy game, designing the rules for the strategy game, and programming it because I think it adds a really interesting layer on top of the base that gives the player the feeling that the world that they're exploring is bigger than just these little confrontations.
One system I think I spent like the half the quarter working on it, but it was like the input manager system, like decoupling the input binds for certain actions. So you could have so many different actions for moving, interacting with an object, and you could just change them on the fly without actually touching the code. So that was really fun.
Something that I am excited to work on for the future of the game is the combat system. I think that it has a lot of potential and it's already really fun, so I'm excited to see what we can make of it in the future.
I definitely want to implement the rest of the armor and make the game feel more fleshed out in terms of like the alternative weapons and armor types and what builds you can make.
I was really hopeful to see how well the battle system would be, like, unique and just have fun with all the different items, and looking forward to abilities in the future as well.
In the future, next quarter, making sure that everything is highly polished, making things have both visual and audio impact on the player. So adding lots of juice to all the animations and attacks.
I'm interested in fleshing out all of the systems that we already have. I feel like we have a pretty strong basis and we implemented like a very simple structure for us to be able to extend pretty easily. And so I think by the end of next quarter, we'll have something that's pretty fun, pretty polished, pretty interesting.
I mean, I'm just excited to work more on this game.